This week, it's just two average guys talking about the 5 funniest movies that they've seen.
Hello and welcome to High5, where we pick 5 of our top picks from a wide variety of topics. I am Kirk.
I am Sawyer.
And this episode, we are doing top 5 funniest movies.
Mm-hmm.
Things that just give you the real giggle shits, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Shit you're sitting there thinking about in class, and then it makes you laugh, and everyone's wondering why you're laughing to your damn self.
This might seem like a weird category for us, seeing as we never laugh.
Yeah. We don't believe in it.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and just kick us off with your first pick?
All right, so my first pick is Clerks 2. None
solid.
other than our boy Kevin Smith.
Solid.
Man, I remember watching Clerks 2 for the first time, and Randall is totally my favorite character in that movie. He is just, everything he says is mean and funny at the same damn time. He's the only person I've ever seen insult Lord of the Rings and make me like him more.
I didn't like him more, but it was funny enough to where I gave it a chuckle, but I was still pretty triggered.
I was like, fuck him. He's wrong. Yeah. But that's damn funny.
Right.
You know?
You can tell that Kevin Smith, because if you can tell that Kevin Smith is speaking his thoughts there for sure.
Yeah, right.
Because that's like the vernacular and everything is pretty much like what I can see him talking about. And like, yeah, I would laugh if he said it, but at the same time, I'd be like, fuck you, you're wrong.
Right. Yeah. You're still wrong at the end of the day. And then, you know, Jay and Silent Bob, they're always comedy in it. And I liked the story of what they were dealing with and the themes and ideas. Like, what's his name? Dante, you know, like, does he want to run off with this really hot blonde and go have a successful life with her?
Because Rosario Dawson's his other option, and Rosario Dawson is always the right option.
Right, yeah, Rosario Dawson all the way.
Because sometimes in the heat of battle, she goes ass to mouth.
Yeah, yeah, right.
And who was the what was the weird kid that worked there? I thought he was super funny too.
Oh,
was it like Elias?
Elias.
Yeah, I thought he was so funny. Like, and this like
pussy
super
pants monster and shit.
It's just like this super pure, like, praise the Lord and eat my vitamins and Hulk Hogan, brother, right? He's like, he's like a super 80s clean cut kid, and they're just constantly fucking, like when he
tearing
starts
him down.
He's singing like King Diamond, like talking about Satan or whatever, and he's like, no, tries to run away.
Yeah.
Dude, that kid was so funny, and I hope he's back if they ever make the third one.
Yeah, where is he? Why isn't he in anything else?
I don't know.
He was so good in it.
And this, I think we'll probably agree that Clerks 2 is funnier than Clerks 1.
Yeah, Clerks 1 is, I can't even finish it.
Really?
Yeah, I've never been able to finish it.
I mean, I like it, but I definitely saw Clerks 2 first.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And like to me, it's the funnier movie, but I still do like Clerks 1. It just, Clerks 1 seems like so dated and such like an indie 90s movie. Like, I don't know.
It almost doesn't work today.
Right.
Kinda. Yeah.
So I feel like, again, I didn't order them. I just kind of picked different, different categories for like the comedy. I guess we'll start from like funniest movie from my childhood.
Okay.
Dumb and Dumber.
All right. You can't go wrong. I almost forgot about Dumb and Dumber.
You can't go wrong with Jim Carrey at all. There's like, that is one of the most quotable movies. I think honestly on here all the movies are, except for maybe one. No, it is still. Are super quotable to me, but I think Dumb and Dumber is one that is like in the standard lexicon. Like, there are quotes from that movie that people will just throw out. Like, anytime someone says Harry, I can't not go, Harry, you're alive! And a horrible shot. But like, that might be the funniest Jim Carrey. Like, that's a hard one to pick.
Yeah.
But I think what I had to go with that over the other ones is I think Jeff Daniels is equally as funny.
Funny, and he's not a funny dude in any other thing but that.
He's so fucking good at it too. Like when he's pumping gas and he's like,
"The yours?
Those your skis?" Yeah. Both of them?
Yeah.
Yep.
Both of them?
Cool. His timing is so fucking good. And like they pull out like there's a lot of things in other movies like potty humor is really hit and miss for me, but in this one he's just shitting his brains out with the X-Lax.
Yeah.
The way Jim Carrey's selling it, well, he's like dumping it in there, laughing his ass off, and his like feet are up, he's like holding on to the throne the whole time. It's just it's so fucking stupid and so funny. And it Dumb and Dumber, the sequel, Dumb and Dumber 2, I can't remember what they call it.
It's Dumb and Dumber, or are you talking about
the one
actual,
with the actual sequel?
Okay, Dumb and Dumber.
It's 2, but the wrong version of 2, right? That almost like knocked this one off my list because I found that such a letdown.
Yeah,
like there was a couple moments in there, but nothing classic like when they're singing Mockingbird, or you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world, or
the
Pretty Bird.
Yeah, Pretty Bird. Yeah, I was just saying Pretty Bird.
You sold my dead bird to a blind kid?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is by far my idea of a classic childhood comedy. What do you got? What do you got for number 2 or number 4? Sorry, your next choice.
Yes, mine is a childhood movie from the 90s. The ever wonderful Wayne's World. Wayne's World. There's just something about because it started out as an SNL skit, right, and that SNL skit was so gold. They were like, we can make a movie out of this, and they made that movie work so well.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Like there's in no way should that work as a movie.
No, but it did.
It does, 100%.
And just like Cassandra, just everything is so quotable. And then playing Bohemian Rhapsody in the city, everyone knows. But playing that song and they're all rocking out, everyone knows that song. Yeah. That's everyone's dream crew right there.
And it helps that the show already had like those like catchphrases that they're able to bring over and then expand upon.
Yeah.
And like you've got the sphincter says what?
Yeah.
What? I actually did have my own real life Dreamweaver moment, which now makes that even funnier to me.
Okay.
I was at a concert of a band I don't want to say because it's super embarrassing.
Okay. Black Veil Brides.
Not that one, but I've also been to that, which is also embarrassing.
Equally embarrassing.
No, fuck it. It was Falling in Reverse.
Ah!
But I consider that more embarrassing because I actually wanted to go to that concert versus Black Veil Brides. There was another band that I wanted to see.
Okay.
But there's a band, I think they're called Eyes Set to Kill. And the singer and the bass player are twins, right? And the bass player at the time had dyed her hair like this like dark red or whatever. And there was a moment where they were playing and like I just looked up and all of a sudden like I straight up like everything else zoned out and I was like and I was like, oh, I guess that's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
That movie has left such a mark on me that it is an actual real thing in my life.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And anytime you see something you want, oh yes, she will be mine. You will be mine.
There are certain things in that movie that I think I've definitely toned down, like Schwing.
Yeah,
is
Schwing.
Kinda, like I don't think I would be doing that in real life anytime.
No,
but it's still funny when you see them do it.
Yeah, like when and it's in the second one, but he's sitting there, he's like, I'm thinking, wait, Schwing. I think if we go down to the store and we can Schwing, and we just figured this thing out, man. I think we can really Schwing. Yeah.
And what's crazy is it's such a smart movie too, like in terms of like tearing other things down, like when they're in the donut shop. And he's talking about his plan, and then he opens the door with all the ninjas training in there. He's like, "And where do the ninjas come to play?" Oh, I don't know. I just always wanted to open a random door.
Yeah, open a random door. Yeah.
But like me and Tom actually watched it maybe a month or two ago, and it was the first time in a while. And the one that I didn't remember that was the funniest moment to me was when they're trying to get him to do the sponsorship for the arcade, and they're talking about how it's like corporate sellouts, man, and they're progressively like Pepsi.
Yeah. I was just gonna Pepsi.
And then you see Garth sitting there with full Reebok attire, and he's like, "The things people would do for money, man."
Yeah,
it's just sad.
Oh
God,
he sells that.
Yeah, that's a solid fucking pick.
Yeah, like. Goddamn.
I also have one on here for my next one, I went with a stoner comedy.
Okay.
Which this was a tricky one for me because this is one where I initially had a couple on here that kind of fit that same bill. So I had to knock off Pineapple Express, which was it's really up there.
It's good, but at the end of the day, it's like watching a couple morons.
I know, but that's why it's so funny, and that's my favorite movie that those guys ever made was Pineapple Express.
Yeah,
this is the end is pretty close, but Pineapple Express always number one. But I had to bump it off for the Big Lebowski.
Fuck, why didn't I think of that?
Right?
Yeah, the Big Lebowski definitely deserves to be on my top 5 list. That movie, that is the only movie I've ever watched where I watched it once and I was like, I have no idea what kind of movie this is.
Yeah, it was so strange the first time I saw it. I was just like, I'm along for this ride 100%, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, like I'm not, is this serious? Is this funny? And then you watch it again and it's comedy gold.
It is, 100%.
Oh my, over the line! Like there's just... Market Zero, dude. There's just so many, so much quotable. Yeah.
So like, this is another movie that I was really late to getting to.
I was too.
Because everyone else there's a couple movies where everyone's always like bigged them up and talked about how funny they were. And the one that ruined it for me was Monty Python's The Holy Grail. Because all the way through middle school, everyone said the jokes not funny to me because it's burned out. But I'd heard so many people talk about the Big Lebowski and quoting it and like. Just like Market Zero or You're Out of Your Element, all that kind of stuff.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
And so I just didn't want to watch it because I assumed that at that point I'd already...
You've heard all the one-liners.
Exactly. But then I was hanging out with Luke one day and he convinced me to watch it. And as soon as it was done, I wanted to watch it again.
Yep,
it was so fucking funny. And I think what it was is a lot of people like the dude, obviously, right?
Yeah.
They think he's funny. The star of that movie... It's fucking Walter.
Yeah,
John Goodman.
Yeah, he is. He's so the best fucking... My undies, dude. A ringer, dude.
There's probably 3 moments in that movie that had me crying, laughing when I saw it. The first one is they're in the car after he pulls the gun on the dude, and he's like, the dude's yelling at him. He's like... I can't even remember. He's like, what the fuck, Walter? You can't be pulling guns on people. He's really emotional, you know? He's had issues. And he's like telling him to calm down. He's like, I am calm.
Yeah, I'm calm, dude. Calm, dude.
Calmer than you are, dude. I like the way he's just like,
the way his eyes are fucking going everywhere.
So fucking gold. The other part is the car crash with the dude.
Yeah.
What I didn't see it come over. He drops his roach and just.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, and he loses it.
Had me fucking rolling. It was so fucking funny. And then when they're in, I don't know why. It's just something. The conversation they're having after they send Bunny's tow, and he's like, "I can get you a tow. What do you want? I get you one by 2 o'clock." Like that character is so fucking funny to me. Or they're in the coffee shop and he's yelling at him and he's like, "I didn't have my friends die face down in the muck."
Yeah.
So I'm finishing my coffee. I'm gonna finish. Like the way he gets so self-righteous. I don't pull on the Shabbos.
Yeah, I sure as shit don't fucking roll. Show me Shabbos.
It's so fucking good. That might be the funniest movie in the world to me. But it's like that's in contention.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, like it's a contender.
Yeah,
there's
100%.
no way you can't not say that's a good movie. It's fucking funny and it's so well written.
And like the pairing of like Buscemi is there and he's decent and he's got some funny stuff, but the pairing of Goodman and
Jeff
Bridges, they should just make all the movies together.
Yeah.
And it always warms my heart so much when I see them together now. Like, Goodman got his star in the Hall of Fame, like the Walk of Fame.
Did he?
So Jeff Bridges shows up, right, to do a little talk beforehand. Has his bag with him. It's the same bag that they used for the
ringer.
The ringer, right?
Okay.
And he pulls out his dude coat and like gets into character and basically does the John Goodman eulogy for Donnie.
Oh wow!
But instead, like, Walter was a good man, or John, or whatever. It's so good.
That's great.
What do you got next on your list?
I have Anchorman 2.
Solid.
Yeah, dude.
Funnier than the first one somehow.
I agree. I honestly, even as a kid, when I watched the first one, I didn't like it.
I mean, it's good. It's still really funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it has some okay moments, but it's not Anchorman 2. Like
What do you think it is about the second one that makes it so much? Is it just how absurd it is? I think it's how it's like a drug trip.
Yeah, like the very first scene. Like I think what's so unique about it is that like that very first scene, they're doing their vocal warm ups, and Will Smith is, they're coming in the back door. You know, like grab the kids, run! And it's just, but he's doing it in a blood curdling female scream. Like that first scene right there, instantly better than the first movie. You know, and the little kid, he's got such a good one. Like, did mommy touch daddy's hair again? You know, like
it's just like the first Anchorman is absurd, but the number 2 they were just like, let's just go off the rails. Why not
bump it up a notch?
Yeah. There are certain things in there that like don't play well, like terribly for me, like the callback to where like all the people jump in on the fight out of nowhere.
I love that, and how there were so many of them.
Like I don't know, it kind of
like,
beat the dead horse at that
there?
point. Yeah,
yeah.
Didn't Kanye show up at some point?
Kanye shows up.
Yeah.
Will Smith is there. Liam Neeson is there. They're all there.
But I'm torn on. I do like both of them, but I think the second one, I only saw once or twice, but I remember both times just it was like a bombardment of like absurdity. It was crazy, and I did appreciate it. The only thing I like better about the first one is when he loses the arms. Is I did not see that coming.
Yeah,
both times. But what are the quotes from the second one though? Because the first one you hear quotes all the time.
Okay, so some of the quotes from the second one I would think is no. He can hear this. He's got hair on his nugs. Yeah, he's talking. He's like he's 6. Nah. He can hear this. You know, he's got hair on his nugs. And then let's see what else. You can't yell at Brick. Brick gets very scared. And like Brick is hiding behind the couch, and you can just see his eyeballs. Like, Rick, where did you get a gun from the future? And he just maniacally laughs. And like, what else? We actually have some crack here in the studio, and they try crack for the first time. They're like, don't do crack. And the one guy's like, oh my god, they're liking it. You know, just I can't think of any quotes because it's been a minute since I've seen it. But
it's almost a movie that's like purely based off the situation of what's going on versus the first one. The first one seems like a more cohesive like story, but the second one almost seems like, and this kind of makes sense because I feel like there was an alternative cut where it's like way longer and they were just filming like random skits to like put in between.
Oh yeah, they see the reason why I also have this on my list is
like a Funny or Die movie.
Yeah, like I have a version that has over 742 different jokes. Yeah. So like it's the same movie, but every punchline and joke is different. And when there's that much, there's like 5.5 hours of material there that you know they decided to keep. You know, there's even a musical element that they cut from the original film, and like just all the things they played with.
So there's so many different things you can pay attention to throughout the movie and notice different little bobs here and there because it'll be different or different characters doing something.
Someone will say something different or the whole conversation will be different.
That actually segues me perfectly into my next pick because I based this one off my favorite ensemble where you can literally watch a different character for the entire movie and just pay attention to just that character and it's still hilarious.
Okay.
And it's legitimately my favorite comedy of all time, and it's Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, mine's on there.
Yeah,
that's on my list.
100%. Like, it doesn't matter if you want to pay attention to Robert Downey Jr., who I think is one of the funniest characters of all time,
right.
Or you can watch Jack Black, or you can watch Al Pacino, you can watch Jay Baruchel, Jack Black.
You really can.
Ben Stiller's character, whoever you want to watch, you can watch just that person the entire time. There's not one scene where they're not doing something, even if they're not the main character. They'll be doing something weird out the edge of the screen, or like having some weird thing going on in the background. It's the funniest movie. I've seen it countless times, and it's still fucking funny. And there are so many like quotes and inside jokes from that movie with like me and Luke, because we watched it 4 times in a row one day.
Oh my god!
Like that, because that's when we were first like, I think you could just watch every character. And so we finished it, watching one person, went back, watched another person, went back, watched another person. It was funny every fucking time, dude.
Wow.
And it's one of my favorite movies to like watch with a group of people who know it, because it's like, let's all just quote along with the
Right,
movie. Kind of like
right.
Big Lebowski or
Yep.
The Room or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the the funniest thing I've ever seen in a movie is from Robert Downey Jr. when they're trying to figure out how they're going to get in to save Speedman when he's been kidnapped by the Flaming Dragon, right?
Yeah. Flaming Dragon. Sorry, I just had to quote
Flaming
that.
Dragon. Fuckface. Also, the only movie with Tom Cruise where I like Tom Cruise.
Yeah, where Tom Cruise is the best. I will fucking rain down a firestorm upon you. I'm talking scorcher, motherfucker.
Bill Hader's his assistant, who's hilarious the whole time.
Yeah.
Steve Coogan's there for a little bit, and he's fucking funny as the director. Fucking Nick Nolte as
Nick Nolte, take those pansy actors and stick them in the shit.
Danny McBride playing his fanboy. Everyone in this movie is perfect, but when they're trying to figure out how to get in there, and Jay Baruchel, no, first of all, Jack Black is like, hey, I was in this movie, right? Like frat camp or something. What if we build a catapult and launch myself over? Fine, fuck you guys, because no one thinks it's a good idea. But then Jay Baruchel's like, well, what if, chapter 13, they do the, like, Tet Offensive or whatever? And it's like, did any of you guys read the script?
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.'s like, I don't read script. Script reads me. What is that even supposed to mean? And he starts going, and he's just getting more and more frustrated. He's like, script the shit out, son! And then he, like, changes his face from anger to, like I'm cool, I'm happy.
Yeah, like
a little drool comes out of his face.
Yeah. He's mentally breaking, kind of.
It's amazing. Fucking amazing.
Oh, shit.
And, like, I legitimately forget that it's him in that makeup at some point.
Yeah. I remember first watching it thinking, I don't know who the hell that guy is. I thought he was a black man.
Right.
And then he takes his, and he reveals he's got blonde hair. And I was like, and when I saw that movie in theaters 10 years ago.
Right.
And so I'm 14. And I was like, is that fucking Iron Man?
He's just fucking, what is it?
I'm a dude playing a dude described as another dude. You dude don't know what to do here. Yeah. What do you mean, you people?
Man, that's just the theme song from the Jeffersons. Just because the theme song don't mean it ain't true, baby. Action Jackson can't cry. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Everything he says is like seared into my mind. It's fucking phenomenal, and I will defend that movie till the end of time.
Yep. Yeah.
Give me that map. Fuck you. Oh my god, what do you got next on your list?
That was Tropic Thunder.
Before we
number
move on
2
past
on my
Tropic
list.
Thunder, two things that also give it the extra layer is the fake trailers at the beginning are hilarious. Satan's Alley.
Satan's Alley.
I've been a bad boy. And starring Academy Award nominee Robert Downey Jr. and MTV Best Kiss Award winner Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, like.
But the one that blew my fucking mind, there's a line in there where it's like, after the director blows up, he's like, ain't no goddamn scene, ain't no goddamn motion picture. And he's like, then why are you still in character? I don't drive character until I've done the DVD commentary. He does it in the commentary.
Yeah, and the commentary
so
drops
good.
it.
It's so good. And then as soon as he wipes it off and he's back to Kirk Lazarus, the Australian, he goes into that voice for that portion of it where he's, and crikey, that was a mighty good scene we did there, wasn't it? And then, like, at the very end, he's like, and I'm Robert Downey Jr.?
Right.
So good.
That's freaking great. And I do want to say before we move on, is that I think that's Jack Black's best movie. Like, I think it's his funniest role, too. That he's ever done.
I'll go funniest role, but not best movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't say best movie, but I'll say funniest role.
Character for sure. Because it's either that or I like Tenacious D a lot, but that's kind of just like an exaggerated version of him.
Himself.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But this guy is like this coked out fucking movie star.
Mark Portnoy or
Mark
something?
Portnoy?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
If everyone thinks it's easy, it's just fart jokes. It's fuck you. You can't do what I do.
Yeah.
Fucking thing out the mic. Or he's tied up to a tree.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on, Al Pacino. I'll suck you. I'll suck your dick if you cut me down.
Work the shaft.
You tickle the ball, stroke the shaft, swallow the gravy. Swallow the gravy.
So if that was your number 2 on your list, then I'll just jump into my next one.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go with I got a foreign one on here.
Oh, really?
It's a British one.
Oh, shit.
And this is one where I had all 3 of the trilogy on there, and I had to figure out which one I think's the funniest.
I think I know which one.
You can probably figure out what 3 it is, right?
I think so. Yeah.
What 3?
The At World's End. And,
right.
Yeah. And the Shaun of the Dead.
Yep.
And I can't remember the other one in there.
The one I picked is Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Hot Fuzz. Yeah.
So Shaun of the Dead is the one that made me and I, like almost everyone, fall in love with Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg, and Nick Frost as a pair.
Yep.
And individually. World's End is the one that grew on me the most from first watching it, being like, it's whatever, but I'm not a big sci-fi person, so a lot of the jokes and homages kind of go over my head. But as with every Nick or Edgar Wright movie, there's so much layering of like references and foreshadowing, and this means that and this and that as I watch it now, I love that movie too.
Yeah.
But Hot Fuzz is the one that if I have to go, like if I'm on an island and I can only bring one of those 3, it's gonna be Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz. Shaun of the Dead's close.
Really?
But I think they stepped their game up with Hot Fuzz, and I think that homages more movies that I like.
Okay.
Versus zombie movies, like, and just the plot of it, like the twist, where it's no luck catching them killers, eh?
Yeah.
Actually, it's just the one killer, and he's like. And then you start putting the pieces together,
like
and then it's
multiple.
a whole secret society. And it's the whole town.
Yeah.
And everyone does everyone in there does such a good job playing their character. Like Nick Frost playing kind of like the dim-witted but lovable goof character. Mm-hmm. And then Simon Pegg playing like the deadpan, like badass
cop. Yeah.
Right. And like you can see how they're rubbing off onto each other. And I do like that in World's End they flipped that, and now Nick Frost is like the very clean-cut, sober, like straightforward character, and he's the goof. But then you've got the guy on there that no one can understand what he's saying with the big landmine. He's like in front of my, and then they got to get the guy in the police chief the guy in the police force that also no one can understand, but those two that can't be understood understand each other.
Yeah.
And then you've got I think it's Bill Bailey plays the receptionist. And they're twins, and they have slightly different hair, and they go the entire thing like never even referencing it that there's been a different person because they look so similar. And he's like, no one around here tells me nothing. But that movie, start to finish, so good. Timothy Dalton is the bad guy when he gets impaled at the end. He's like, this really hurts.
Yeah.
Then you've got the hound in it.
Oh yeah,
Yarp.
Yarp. Yeah, that's what it is.
He's on the phone. He's like, "Did you take care of him, Yarp? He's not gonna be any trouble then, is he?" Narp. Good. That movie just has a special place in my like left ventricle of my heart. I think.
Yeah, the left ventricle.
If that's a proper key term. But yeah, that movie, top notch. You've got the weird like actor people, right? When they're doing the stage play, and then they keep kissing a little too long, and then he like gets his head lopped off, and then Danny is like repeats what Nicholas said, and he's like, and we know it was because the only real acting we saw in that thing was the kiss at the end. And he like looks at him, and then they start cussing, and they're putting the money in the swear jar all dramatically and shit. I'm probably watching that movie tonight now.
Yeah. I haven't seen it in years. I don't know. Because I kind of thought Shaun of the Dead was a little mediocre, and I didn't really much care for here we go. And I didn't really care for Hot Fuzz all that much, but I really enjoyed At World's End.
And you can tell that's the one, like, at that point, they've mastered
their craft. Yeah.
It's the slickest, the action's there.
Yeah.
But I think the second is where they hit the proper vibe for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fuck. What? Number one. Got to figure out a cool number one thing to do other than just yelling Stephen Larson's number one.
Yeah. Number one. Another one from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And of course...
Found footage.
No, not quite, actually. No, Tommy Boy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I don't have Chris Farley anywhere on my list.
Yeah. See, Chris Farley, you can't have a top 5 funniest movies without Chris Farley. Because that guy, he's only done 4 movies. And everybody everybody enjoys those 4 movies. Maybe there might be 2 that you don't enjoy, but the Black Sheep and Tommy Boy, everybody gets a kick out of one of those 2.
I would say the Lewis and Clark one, some people aren't a big fan of.
Yeah.
I can't remember the title.
Almost Heroes.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it too.
I know it didn't get well received.
No, but
you said Tommy Boy is by far the best.
Tommy Boy is by far the best. Now, it is almost 50-50 for me, like Black Sheep and Tommy Boy. Sometimes I can't decide.
Yeah.
You know? But Tommy Boy has so many
name?
more quotable lines,
Helen.
you know. Helen,
nice.
you look like a Helen. That whole scene is quotable. And the whole, oh my God, we're burning alive, you know.
Or the most classic scene from that movie has to be the deer scene, right?
Yeah. The deer wakes up.
Or he hits him with the 2x4.
Yeah.
They're sitting in the diner.
It doesn't hurt here. Right here.
No, nothing.
Yeah, nothing, man.
The lady walks up. What the fuck?
I knew it.
You know, the only thing that upsets me is they didn't make like an unrated version. 'Cause
Yeah.
thinking about it, I don't think he did any R-rated movies where he gets to go like full crazy, but it would have been great.
Yeah. We never. I think the closest thing we ever got to watching him go full rage was in the Folgers skit in SNL. Where he's like, we're at Folgers. He's like, what?
What? You did what?
You son of a bitch.
You know what's kind of blowing my mind now that I'm realizing that I don't have Farley on here is neither one of us has an Adam Sandler movie either. It's almost like you don't have room for them all. You know?
No. Adam Sandler, he's a man of his craft. He's good. But let's be honest. In the last 10 years...
Yeah. That's true. But, I mean, you could easily put up like Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore. Waterboy.
Yep.
I personally love Little Nicky.
Little Nicky was good.
Yeah. But, man, I'm trying to rack my brain for anything that's better than Tommy Boy with Chris Farley. And even Black Sheep, I think, is a distant second place.
Yeah.
Like, I like the Kill Whitey scene in that, and I like where he keeps running into the wall and yelling at Shnikes. But
were you watching Spanktravision? You know,
looking for the gym.
Yeah. You seen the weight room?
You got fat guy in a little coat.
Yeah, fat guy in a little coat.
Rob Lowe's in this.
Yeah, Rob
Lowe.
Lowe.
That's 2 Rob Lowe movies for you, bud. 'Cause he's in Wayne's World.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Crew of some young guy.
Crew of some young guy.
Damn. Well, my final one. So I've got the ensemble, the foreign, the childhood, the stoner. This last one's gonna be the most controversial one because it's my favorite unintentional comedy. So things like The Room.
The Room. What's The Room?
That's the one with I did not hit her. I did not. Oh hi, Mark.
Oh jeez,
So
I can't even watch the clips of it.
Movies in that vein where it wasn't.
It's unintentionally funny.
Exactly.
Like Evil Dead 2, I think was supposed to be unintentionally funny.
No, that one's supposed to be funny. The first one is unintentionally funny. The first one they were trying to really be like actually scary.
It felt scary to me.
Yeah, but there was also some slapstick, and then they were like, let's lean into it. Why not?
Right.
But the one that I picked, and I think this is the make it or break it with this movie as to whether someone will hate it or whether someone will love it. If they try and watch it in the vein that it was meant to be seen, it's not scary. And it's really fucking weird, and it fails on all levels. So I know people that have seen this movie and will just curse the day it was made, and I cannot convince them otherwise. Even if I try and put my spin on it, it does not work. They will not watch it, and they do not accept it. But I think The Happening is one of the funniest fucking movies of all time.
Funny?
Unintentionally funny. It's just so fucking weird and misguided, and the plot of it's the wind killing people, and so there's a scene where they legitimately try to outrun the wind.
Is there really?
Yeah,
I've seen it.
They're in the field, right? And they're kind of dwindling down at this point. And then you see the things coming, they're like, it's got to be attached. It's attracted to larger groups, so we got to split apart.
Yeah,
for survival.
yeah.
And then they see it hit the wave, and then they see the wind blowing towards them. They're like, run!
Okay, I see why you.
But like Mark Wahlberg, like, what? No, we wouldn't do that. We're standing right here. Or he goes
standing right here.
He goes up to the tree. He's like, please, we don't mean you any harm.
Okay, I see what you're getting at now.
I can't tell like how many people were in on understanding how bad of a movie it was, and how many people like is it Shyamalan directing them to be so weird, and it just comes across as hilarious to me, or John Leguizamo's character, right? He's best friends with Mark Wahlberg's character, and his wife's in another place that's supposed to be safe, but then they get a news report that it's not safe, and he's like, I gotta go, you gotta watch after my daughter. But he knows Mark Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel are kind of like clashing right now, like they're dating, but they're having issues, and like she's befriended his daughter, and he's like, Daddy's gotta go get mommy, but they're gonna take real good care of you, okay? And then he's within the same shot stands up to Zooey Deschanel, if you fucker. hard turn, like it's crazy. And then he gets in the van, or it's like a Jeep Wrangler or something with a soft top, and there's a tiny little nick in it, and they're like looking at it like it's the scariest thing that there's a hole in the
Right.
It's so fucking funny, dude. Oh my god, I couldn't handle it. It's to this, we watched it for the podcast too, and like I stand by it. It's the funniest unintentional funny movie I have ever seen in my life, and I don't think it can be topped, because there's just the amount of him thinking that it was a good movie.
Right. The amount of him like taking it so seriously.
I would throw Batman Forever on that same list, or better yet, Batman and Robin. Like,
with Mr. Freeze.
Yeah,
that's a really bad, funny, not funny movie.
Oh my god. So that has been our high five of funniest movies. There we go. There's the one per episode. I think we've made the definitive list in our opinion. So add whatever you'd like to that if you come up with your own. We'll see you next time here on High Five, and we'll figure out how to better end things.
We'll figure out how to actually work a ending into our ending.
We're gonna see how much we have left in the battery.
All right. Fuck, I'm warm.
Hell yeah, we only need 10% that time. I do need some water though.
Yeah. I need to fan myself. I feel like I'm dying. Stuck in a desk.